Okay, recorded video, recorded all original video. All right, there's some very silly stuff going on right now. Some very silly stuff all around this one album cover that just came out from Sabrina Carpenter. She's announced that she's going to be releasing a new album pretty recently from her last one, and this was going to be the cover. And it has sparked an unusual amount of insane controversy that I personally wouldn't expect at all, especially from the people who are angry about it. Because usually in the past, Sabrina Carpenter has caught herself in some controversy just at like her performances or her concerts and shows. What about this one, I believe, is the tagline. And you had a lot of more conservative people angry about this, saying that she came from Disney. Now she's doing like a Miley Cyrus kind of thing. She's endangering the kids. But overall, I just feel like none of these concerns or critiques hold any water, because she's an adult. She's like 25 years old. She's her own person. Even if she happens to have fans who are kids in her fan base, she's her own person. And I think overall, the freedom to be able to express yourself however you want trumps any of that concern. If you're worried about what your kid is watching, that's the parent's responsibility. This person shouldn't be able to not express themselves in the way they want art-wise, because there happen to be kids out there who view her stuff. And most recently, because of this new album cover that she released, it has sparked up kind of an extension of that same conversation, but from the opposite end of people. It's kind of bizarre what I'm seeing right now. Take a look at this. 25 million views on this tweet, 360,000 likes. The concept of being a man hater, yet making your album cover a pic of you getting on your knees for a man while he grips your hair in a degrading way is so odd. Dude, okay. Oh my god, man. I feel like this is just like the most obvious litmus test of a lack of any kind of surface level engagement with any media at all. And I don't want to be that guy. It's very annoying and obnoxious to be that guy, to be like media literacy. But this is the most obvious example. Sabrina Carpenter isn't doing anything that crazy or interesting or that profound. It's the most surface level satire of woman has been referred to as a bitch is female dog, man's best friend. You can see right here, it's a satire. That is the satire. That is the meaning that she's trying to get across through her art. It's not highbrow stuff. It's not really this crazy like concept. These people are actually trying to claim that it's like hypocritical for Sabrina Carpenter to just release a song called "Man-Child" dissing men and then release an album cover like this. Dude, that is the whole meaning. That is the expression of arts. It's really not that crazy or deep stuff. Then you got this one as well. There's so many of these with crazy amounts of likes. 200,000 likes here. Look at our feminists, dog. We're never making it out of the patriarchy. It's crazy. This is just the exact same oppression that has been on women for years, just on the opposite end now. You're literally not allowed to express yourself in any kind of like sexual way, even for the purpose of an artistic like photo piece for an album cover. You're not even allowed to present yourself in that way, because you could potentially be doing something for the male gaze, and somehow this is like not feminist anymore, to make your own decisions with how you want to live your life. Shouldn't that be the basis behind everything? Isn't that what people should actually just defend? Having the right to be able to do whatever you want, make whatever choice you want with your life, present yourself however you want, express yourself however you want. Isn't that the thing that should be promoted for everyone to do? But what this comes across as is the opposite end of still people trying to control women just on the other side. Like, I look at this album cover and I'm thinking, who cares? I'm not personally that interested. I think it's a very surface level thing to do. I don't think it's an interesting photo. I don't care for this. I actually think this is a lame album cover. But of course I disagree with whatever these crazy people are saying here. Look at this. You just get the worst Twitter accounts of all time. Honestly, you can't log on. The pop Twitter accounts and any kind of community on here, you will find the most miserable people of all time. And the thing is that it's kind of insane, because they want to be miserable. They want to they love complaining, man. These people love hopping on any bandwagon to complain, poke and prod at every little like minuscule detail about these pop stars' life. It's honestly incredible. Didn't she just say men are pigs just a few days ago? LMAO. Yes, Kira, that is the message. You cracked the code, man. You cracked the code of the obvious satire. They have no engagement. They have no engagement with any kind of media. I would be blowing my like brains out right now if I was Sabrina Carpenter, just seeing this insane response. Finally, a good tweet about this. This picture is about to cause the most insufferable discourse on this app for the next 3 weeks. I'm a little concerned about people's inability to immediately clock that the cover is obviously a commentary on the way women are treated, especially with the context of Man-Child and the album being man's best friend. Like, guys, OMG, think. Yeah, I mean, how else do you even explain it? I feel like, honestly, what more goes to show on how there's a crazy amount of likes on all these posts is more what I was saying before on how people like just love like poking and prodding every little pop star's like choice or decisions, and that they just bask in shitting on someone. They take joy in it. They find their own little community of like shitting on someone as, you know, comforting. Because if you had a 2-minute conversation with any of these people who actually like thought this opinion was valid, they would instantly change their mind and be like, oh, okay, you know what, that actually makes sense. I'm fully convinced of that. If you just talk to these people for 2 minutes, they would say, oh, I actually understand. Gen Z feminism has so violently pivoted to right-wing prude culture that women can no longer be sexy because men might enjoy it, so women like Sabrina must be shamed and criticized. This is just true. They're losing the plot completely, to the extent where you're not allowed to have any kind of like freedom of choice to express yourself in the way that you want. Yeah, because the male gaze, you got to worry about the male gaze. How are men gonna receive this? Dude, I thought it was all about like women being able to make their own choices. Yeah, this is just so true. Maybe this is a bad take, but I fear we have stopped doing things for the male gaze ourselves back into expecting women to be modest and shaming them otherwise, and it's strange. Yeah, exactly, and even more, especially when it's supposed to be an ironic photo for the message she's trying to get across. I just can't believe that people are like, pretty hypocritical. Guys, did you see, you know, Sabrina Carpenter, you claim to put out a feminist anthem the other day called Man-Child, and yet here you are just a few days later, curiously on your knees for another man? What do we got here? I thought you were for the girlies. It's the worst. It's the worst person you'll ever meet in your life. Her and Sydney Sweeney are the new wave feminism antichrists in a way that both propagate the conservative views on the role of a woman in our society, such as hypersexuality for the male gaze pleasure and showcasing visual representation of obedience for male validation. You want to control these people. You just want to control them. It's the exact same thing on the other side. They're not doing something that you're comfortable with, that you personally align and agree with, so they must conform to what you want. I don't care if I get dragged over this, but I'm so tired of this over-sexualization of women. This is not feminism, and this is not empowering. You can argue on whether or not this is feminism or empowering. The core thing that I think what should be empowering or should be supported or whatever is just freedom of choice. Freedom of choice to do what you want. That's all. That's all. Not constraining people into doing only what you personally think is the most feminist or the best for society. Let people do what they want. Look at her comparing herself to a dog kneeling in front of a man. This is derogatory as fuck. Yet that's like the point. But overall, what is the message to take from this? Don't take any of these people seriously. I'm gonna be honest, man. You cannot look at the comment section of these pop base accounts, these pop crave accounts, you know, follow them to get your news, to get your like understanding of the latest things that are coming out if you want. But trying to engage with these people, you will want to blow your brains out. It makes you go crazy. I've had to completely opt out of looking at the comment section because it actually is infuriating. But there you go. That is a quick little video. I want to do more videos like this of just like you know, post-recorded stuff, talking about little things going on in like kind of music-based topics, whatever's just currently happening. I think this could be interesting. I just want to experiment with this a little bit on the second channel. So if you enjoy, be sure to subscribe, like, do whatever you want if you enjoyed. And yeah, thank you all very much for watching. If you want to see more, let me know, because I think I do want to do more of these videos. And yeah, I'll see you next time.